Hi, my name's Tom Festa. I'm an engineer, chartered engineer. Also got an MBA. My passion now is sustainability. I've worked for BMW, as one of the engineering companies, manufacturing companies that's really embraced sustainability in the last few years. And I've experienced a lot of great projects with BMW. Well, frankly, those companies that don't embrace engineering in a sustainable way will eventually go out of business. There's a thing called the triple bottom line. Not only do we need to be profitable, but that profitability depends on sustainable engineering. I mean, do you know that 5% of a product cost is the engineering? But that engineering, that 5%, determines 80% of the carbon footprint for that product over its lifetime. What we need to realise is that we need to be travelling faster. Net zero just simply means that we stop damaging the planet. When we get to true net zero, we need to be carbon negative, where we actually start to reduce the amount of carbon that our products are producing. And that is possible. And in the course that I've developed, I begin to elaborate on some of the technologies and possibilities and methodologies that get us to more towards carbon negative thinking. So measuring the CO2 print is immensely difficult. Okay, you can and companies do engage consultants in order to get that measurement. But the philosophy that I encourage companies, engineers, is to try and get a baseline of the stuff that they know. It's not a unit that we understand or connect with, like meters or a unit of currency. But it's one that we need to engage with and have that understanding, that inherent understanding. So when we talk about carbon emissions and we talk about an amount, it begins to mean something to us all. The question I'm asked most frequently is, well, how do you do it? And people are looking for the silver bullet. Actually, there isn't one silver bullet. There are many, many things that you need to put it into place. And it's more of a Kaizen type improvement. That there are sort of step improvements, but most of the improvements are incremental. So doing those little incremental steps and that lean thinking, that Six Sigma thinking, start applying that to CO2 equivalent reduction. And this is something that I elaborate and talk about and develop that thinking. So lean thinking, but with carbon footprint in mind. Engineers need to start now. The companies they work for need to engage now. There's a lot of legislation coming over the horizon. If you don't start and that legislation hits, and things like carbon taxes begin to hit you, that company, you're not prepared, then you're not going to be competitive. And whatever you're doing, engineering, producing, isn't going to be competitive, and there's one answer: you won't be in business. So re-engineering for a circular economy is all about utilising what we already have, what we already built, the processes, the equipment that is really building today's things, but maybe substituting with new modules, but essentially using what we already have, extending the life cycle of that product. If you extend the life cycle of a product, then clearly, and it's fit for purpose, you don't need a new product, you don't need to dig all those materials out of the ground. Again, good for the environment. The other course, a sustainable product life cycle design, looks at where the materials come from. Now, if you can get materials, and you do need raw materials, some materials will require more energy than others in order to convert to the state that you need in order to make that product. And we look deeply of where that energy comes from, the material choices that engineers have to make. And these engineers have to make hundreds and hundreds of decisions. Each one of those has an impact on the environment. And I spoke about earlier about making these little incremental steps. And if you make one of those every day, then you get a really good outcome.